will be very interesting in the short term as we see what kind of shape they're in. They definitely have the brain to make things work versus many other teams who might struggle a little more. So into Mirage we go then. We'll see if ENCE can continue their winning ways, coming off a huge victory very recently indeed. It's a big test in terms of name value. We'll see if that translates to such on the server as well.
Coming into this one, it is going to be ENCE coming out with the early A play. And you see this a lot on pistols. It's a good way to get a bomb plant. Virtus.pro playing pretty passively right now, and Flit's gone off the angle. He'll try and go back, but there's no way to deny this access to the bomb site unless Kicker can start to deliver. A couple of kills for them, and now the bomb plant is awkward here.
Urgency is rising while that smoke is up. We can see lurkers in CT as well. Dia having a look, nothing doing just yet. We hear the beats, bombs being planted. First task is done. ENCE may need a whirlwind to turn this situation around. Still very possible though in a pistol. Have a look at this reposition from VP. Suddenly we've got 3 players making their way through CT. Make it 2. Madden and Snappy remain. Running out of numbers. Snappy has to get this kill. He needs it for the angle alone. Getting peppered in the back. He has to find his frag though. Jiggling as he gets the reload in, but Jane will put him out of his misery. And the pistol will be taken. Even if he got that kill, wouldn't have had an angle for the bomb. Virtus.pro take the pistol.
Just so difficult for Snappy there. He's crouching through connector, getting spammed by bullets. Ends up making his movement so slow. Just can't get into a good enough position, but at least the bomb plant is, guaranteed there by ENCE. That'll give them some extra money. It looked like for a minute they might not even get that bomb down. And we know that we see a lot of second round force buys when you get that bomb planted. Looks like ENCE have gone for that approach. They've got really heavy investment here into weaponry. The utility is very short for ENCE, so they'll be relying on just winning some fights. Good start for Virtus.pro though. Good to see Kicker getting off to a strong start. Not normally someone who you're going to look to be at the top of the scoreboard. He plays a pretty supportive role on this team. He actually was able to win the major with this roster without having a single map where he had a positive KD. And I think that goes to show how good James is at maneuvering players and winning rounds where you almost make it easy for yourself. You don't always need all the kills to win the round outright. It looks like we are ready to get back into this all-important second round force buy. Interested to see what the approach is here from ENCE with very little utility and a bunch of Galils. I mean, this has got to be a brute force round from ENCE. You have to think.
Yeah, they're really going to rely on the entry. Maybe more than one player heads in that direction. You can see the bomb is in tow towards A. Who strikes first then? Will there be an attempt at a short plant here, I wonder, with Madden's position, or is he going to try and show some presence before the A guys get working? Snappy creeping his way towards short. Some big damage there. It's going to make it really hard for Flit to peek. Still standing though. St. Pius holding the angle for a reposition towards jungle. Just walking in, playing contact, but not getting that contact they're looking for. So they are very deep into this bomb site before they find anyone, but it's by design for Virtus.pro, and they will deliver the goods. The bomb dropped by Sandwiched. Nurse almost behind 3 players, found by Norbert though. They thought maybe they had a chance here, but look at the results. 5 versus 1. ENCE have nothing to show for the inroads they made to that A bomb site.
Yeah, they got a lot of ground. They just didn't get those kills they needed. And they even had Snappy up mid. So I thought VP were going to feel quite pressured there, but they stayed really calm. You get to see a couple of other players getting involved as well. Fame with his first 2 kills on the board. Snappy here giving away his position. They'll hear it, and they will deal with him. Great angle from Fame just up on the site. Makes it impossible for Snappy to pre-aim or clear that position. So a good start here for Virtus.pro, and I think that's a really important thing for them in this matchup. We said they haven't had much official form lately. Only 1 week ago, they played a best-of-3 online, and before that, it was 9 weeks since their previous match. So really important for Virtus.pro that they get off to a nice little start here. And Norbert's bringing the hype.
Yeah, he's been looking for this for a while. And I think they need that. I love the aloof expression we always have on Kikat's face, regardless of what's going on, though. Always like he just woke up. So far, so good for Virtus.pro.
Oh.
Confident in that previous round. Some potential, though, for Snappy. Norbert's been domed, but Fame's got some help on the way. He's held his position as well. They haven't really been able to encroach the bomb site with that frag. So VP is stabilizing. And again, I think with the changes we've seen from Virtus.pro and what little data we have on them in this new config, it's all eyes on VP as far as I'm concerned. So to handle tests like that, to respond in a solid fashion, I think these are good signs at the beginning of this game.
Wow, these Deeks are doing a decent bit of damage. They'll take this if they can keep that CT economy low and maybe even try and deliver this bomb. Some Pius does not feel comfortable. Nade lands and Madden will also fall. So 3-0 lead for VP. I think it was also fantastic to see Flit playing so well in their opening game here. He strikes me as a really controlled player, Flit. You always feel like he's in control of the situation, that he's played it out in his mind before it happens. But you can see the firepower that ENCE have. Makes them a very dangerous team on this map. And they'll have their first chance to get out AKs here.
Very safe approach from Flit there. Great grenade. Disengaged immediately after losing that second player. Lovely lineup of the HE grenade to deny the bomb plant as well. And it's nice to see that loudness on the side of Virtus.pro when they're winning the rounds. I think it was Chiron who used to offer that on previous lineups. So Norbert picking up the slack. I think it's good for the team. Whether they'll just leave it to him or not. Definitely good to keep the focus. Jane with the AWP now. On the CT side of Mirage especially, I think will be quite interesting. And I think with the players that remained previously as well, I think that there'll be enough structure to add the relevant pieces to have a good game of Mirage here.
Yeah, you would think so. And we have got Kicker on this A-site anchor. Important that he steps up throughout this game because we're seeing ENCE pressure this A-site consistently. And it looks like Kicker's pretty happy to play retake here.
Limiting the variance seems to be the approach for Virtus.pro at the beginning of this game of Mirage. So it will be retake territory for the squad. They've got some incendiaries though, which will certainly help them with information. But that smoke is going to be a nuisance. Almost going to simply creep around it. The flashbang is avoided. No kill for Virtus.pro. What is your next move then? We've got one player showing presence. That's Jane with the AWP, so you know he's not going forward. It seems the whole team may disengage, having lost that CT position. Wasn't worth risking the AWP going solo. So again, limiting the variance Virtus.pro. They will let ENCE take the rest of this round.
Shame not able to land the shot on the exit. But this is something that Virtus.pro are very well known for. They keep on top of the economy at all times. And I think it's the right decision here. Honestly, you lose that first fight, it's going to be really hard to get back in on the retake. Even if you do get back in, you're probably going to lose a lot of players in the process. And VP there were just hoping that they could use their utility in the retake. You can just give up that A site and play that 5v5, because it's not always easy to get into good post-plant positions if you still have CT smokes and mollies against you. And ENCE again going towards this A site. They are just trying to brutalize this bomb site right now. Every round is A.
Seems that Snappy will be the grenade man. Many smokes at his feet. See the bomb there as well. So he will send in the missiles. 3 players on ramp. Nert's coming from that palace position as well. Already mollied that shadow area. There's counter grenades coming in, but not doing as much damage as VP might have hoped. And again, they will concede their positions on the bomb site, but James lurking around that smoke. Starting to fall back now. It's basically a mirror of what we had before, but this time there are 3 towards CT for Virtus.pro, and they'll find a kill through the smoke. But as I say that, Fame and James fall immediately. Bomb has been planted now. Man advantage for ENCE. We've got Nerts on the rope, so that could change quickly, but KitKat is low as well. AWP collected. And it seems that maybe they won't go for this. I think Norbert's trying to disengage, had to take that fight, but they will continue to fall back.
I guess that's the nice thing about having Norbert back on the team. He's someone who's used to this VP playstyle. He knows when Jane wants the save. Oh, it might not be allowed though. Some Pius has him locked in. Another player lost. It's that AWP they're really looking to hold on to though. Looks like Flit will at least carry that over into the next round. But that is the sort of round where I wouldn't mind seeing Jame play a little further forward, because he was playing on the right side of the map. He was playing towards A, but he never found that clear line of sight. He just seemed happy playing back behind the utility. And it hasn't paid off for VP right here. These A retakes not being set up. They're just losing those early fights and they feel like they have to save. And now this buy's a little awkward.
Yeah, their economy is being spread thin now. We'll see if there's a fast boost for Jame if he's looking to head into towards the apartments. No, it's going to be short instead, actually. Boosted up, and we can see there is presence from ENCE, waiting for a play to be made. They know that the situation becomes more dire for Virtus.pro round after round. See the jump peak for the pixel angle. That will not be a thing in CS2. The wall's been made longer to stop that. Stop the cheesy plays. Well then, he's in position, Jame. We won't see that grenade though, certainly we'll hear it. A flick and a hit. Madden is dropped, and he can reposition now. And go again. How do ENCE respond to this? Flits in the window, and he's got a bomb as well. The bomb's alone in the window. We've got big problems here for ENCE as they make their way towards jungle. Flit has to deliver this one, but support is on the way. Even with that molly, Jame will have some kind of an angle here. How do they rescue this bomb? Actually, Diha's managed to do that. Jumped in the window, hops back out again. Jungle still in position of ENCE, but look at this rotation from Virtus.pro. We've got 3 players in CT already. Snappy gets one for free. Looking for more now as James shows presence, but Fame cannot deliver on that distraction. The grenade will do big chunks. James down to 10 HP, still alive for now. As I say that, he'll fall, leaving Norbert with a pistol remaining. 1v3 made 2. AWP may be perfect for this situation. How many bullets are in a mag though? Switching for the AK. No kits on Norbert, looking for a flank. And this is costing a lot of time here. Again, the AWP seems to be the priority. But a 10-second defuse in a 1v2, very unlikely. And ENCE will tie the score.
That's the first round ENCE have had to make a mid-round call. Let's see if Norbert can actually hold this. He gets one, but good tag team from ENCE. I think Nerts wants to maybe try and get this AWP, but way too late to be able to recover it. But yeah, that's the first round. They've been forced into a decision in the mid-round, right? That's the first round they haven't instantly got the sight. And it got a little uncomfortable as they lost the bomb into window. That could have gone really wrong for them. But fair play to Snappy. He was just an absolute anchor on this A site. Once he got that deep control, he took out everyone in towards CT. And now he's got a Mac 10. Maybe he's going to go fast here.
Spatial awareness in that round from Snappy was a warning to Virtus.pro. Not going to get any shenanigans through smokes for free in this game of Mirage.
It's got to be back to the pace, right? Snappy shows a Mac 10 instead of an AK.
Fail jump into the window. Maybe Nerts' spray will cover the second attempt. Indeed it will, as Fame's got no idea. Nice upgrade for Snappy. Oh, Diha pops Norbert on the B bomb site as well. Dream is collapsing early for Virtus.pro. Flit, Jame, KitKat remain with no position on the B bomb site. I think this is going to be a repeat of the last few rounds, in that they've got no choice but to save, unless they want to throw the good money after the bad.
Yeah, and there it's actually ENCE, almost looking a little like they're playing VP style, where they just do enough to draw the rotation out through window and get the timing just right. It's almost like the opposite, where ENCE will do it in the early rounds, where they'll try and just draw enough of a rotation, and you see Snappy gets the timing perfect as he moves into window. That kill makes a massive difference. And VP have to hold on to their guns again. There's a rifle.
Now VP have got to try and They need a stroke of luck to make the right play in the right round. Have the AWP or the correct rifler in the right position.
Snappy's going Mac 10 again. I kind of love it. It's a Mac 10 main.
Doesn't have a good spawn really to do anything, but we'll see where he ends up. I think if you are a Mac 10 enjoyer, you've got to have those Sanji stickers on there. Can't forget the past.
Show some respect.
ENCE in the lead now, 4-on-3. The sun was shining for Virtus.pro at the beginning of this one. Now it's more a case of dark days and bright nights. ENCE moving into the B-bomb site. Snappy will not have a good time, but neither will Fame. Will be traded. 4-on-4 then. The smoke is up to let the CTs rotate in the door. Gives him a bit of extra space. But still through the smoke, Nertz has got the angles. Nothing's going the way of Virtus.pro at present. TR getting tagged as he plants the bomb. But again, Virtus.pro do not fancy these tight choke points, these low percentage situations. They'll start to fall back once again. At least the flicks are here for Jame, but they are a small highlight in a lost round once again.
Jame always just shows you those little glimpses of what he can do. When you get rounds where he has to go for the retake, he looks deadly. But here in this one, especially on that B site, there are not many avenues in for the retake. So you lose it that quickly. You understand why they have to just give up on the round. And I liked the way Norbert was playing from the site initially. He was trying to fall back and play further back from the site itself. But Fame tried to rotate in from short. He only went 1-for-1, and Norbert couldn't really work off of his teammate. So maybe the coordination slightly off there between Norbert, who's been brought back to the lineup. You see he just gets isolated here. Shots through the smoke are all that Nertz needs.
Love the Dalmatian next to D-Hart. Look for it on the cam next time. Another buy round for Virtus.pro then. The buy rounds will continue for them at the very least. Flit shows too much elbow. Stuck in the corner. A depressing half at this point for Virtus.pro. Just one thing after another for them. There's a clearance of the connector with a molly behind that smoke just to make sure that there's no one there. Fame will keep an eye on that light through the smoke, see if anybody breaches the window. Nothing doing just yet, but there is a player in position, and it's a man to the good. Again, a big heat map around this A-bomb site. As the flash goes into B apartments with no response. Lovely peek from Jame, that's something. But Fame will be lost once again. Jame, more is required now. One shot, one kill for Jame. That's the way things have been going, but is it enough to win a round? ENCE looking for a 6, but Kickert's got a great angle for the bomb planter. Looking for that short plant. Dihar now is in a sandwich. Very uncomfortable situation for him as he looks for Jame, and he gets punctured as well. 3 kills for Jame in a round so far as Madden makes his way through jungle. He's going to be so exposed here. The bomb is exposed to connector, to ramp, and to James Peak as well from CT. He's seen a slither off him, and that's enough. 27 seconds to find 2 more. He's heard the shots behind him. The question is, where is Kickert? Making it so awkward for his opponent. Finally, Virtus.pro's fight back.
Well played from Kicker, and nice to see that Jame is able to have some impact before ENCE move on to a bomb site. I think that's going to be crucial here. Getting that AWP into positions where you deny some of these fast, pacey plays that ENCE have been going for. And I'm a little surprised ENCE weren't ready for Kicker there on towards A, because he is normally that A anchor. But maybe because they saw James AWP, maybe they just weren't expecting him there. That is risky from Sampius. He really wanted the pick, but not given the opportunity this time.
A lot of commotion around T-spawn. Which way will the bomb be headed? That's quietly moving away from Palace. So perhaps A will not be the play on this occasion. Smoke perhaps for the window. Being deployed by Nertz. And one for top connector as well, but Flitz in connector and sees nothing in mid so far. That may be about to change though, as Snappy and Madden make their way through. Smokes on either side of Con, 50 seconds left. What do Virtus.pro make of this? As we can see, James in a short position, doesn't fire a shot as he falls back. Lost in the pillar, gets around the corner in time. Ladder room has been cleared, the split is on for ENCE now. They've got 3 players upstairs with the bomb as well. Again, James with these flicks is on point. Look at the patience from him. Dihar gets tagged to 22. Dihar and Snappy remain. Haven't got a kill yet in this round, or any damage at all. 500 HP Virtus.pro, things changing dramatically for them. 22 seconds now for Snappy to do as much damage as he can. Only be the one frag for the squad then, as Virtus.pro tie the score.
Yeah, and that feels a lot more like VP speed, that round. I think whenever you get into the late round like that, VP are normally going to be really good at figuring out where they need to put their players. And often, as the B anchor on Mirage, you will want to play super safe and just fall back and try and survive. But when you have the AWP of James there with you, that's when you can actually have a lockdown play on that bomb site. And James has started to pick his spots really nicely here. Getting onto the right sites at the right times. Do ENCE want to go back to the pacey play, though, because they're grouped up outside B right now.
James showing presence in the window. You might expect an A rotation after that, but he's already at the back of B. Have a look at all these players. That is a nice grenade. It's a great start. Fame has warning now as James comes off the scope. Fame on the short pillar will be dropped, and James says hello now. Making some space for himself. He can focus on the right-hand side of that smoke to the left. Forced to look away, though, by that big flash, and he cannot turn back in time. That leaves Kicker to walk towards the site before that bomb is planted. That smoke will cause a problem. What does he do now? 1v3 in horrible choke points. And again, he has very limited choices. Virtus.pro with a comeback. But it seems the CT side will be very, very hard versus the likes of ENCE.
That's such an impressive round from ENCE. It looked like everything was going wrong for them. The nade early, slowing them down in the apartments. The amount of players they were running into on that B site. But they are able to take down the anchor, and then James is in a really tough position once that flash comes in. Had to turn away. And Kicker just wants to hold on to the AK here. Going to run him down, but he gets a couple. And that will keep him safe. Sunpius wants to hold on to his AWP. And ENCE don't actually have much money themselves. So the economy game is really hanging in the balance here towards the end of this first half. Again, that was even with Madden falling on short. You think these players are just going to be screwed coming out the apartments. They're able to move up onto the site so quickly. And that's all you need to make the difference.
Fame and Norbert. Big targets for ENCE, it seems. Doing a lot of dying in these rounds. Many players coming their way. Snappy on the Mac-10 again. As long as you're moving, that Mac-10 is good. Some jump peeks from Norbert. Another smoke to create some space as they go through again. Norbert delivering this time. How long can Fame stay on his feet for? Not onto the bomb site just yet. As you can see, Nertz makes his way. 11 HP and the bomb. That's all the information that Virtus.pro need. Nertz has been exploded now. Shrapnel will do the job. Sunpius committed to the bomb site. James got an AWP of his own. You see one player on the bin there. Repositioned now as the flash comes through. Sunpius still on an island for the time being. We see Madden's creeping through the apps at present. Spots one on the pillar, just being teased by these jiggles of the CTs, but now Madden's alone. 1v4 made 3, and James will find him through the window as we go back to 6 apiece.
Really feels like those early fights are everything right now. With how all-in ENCE are at the start of some of these rounds, you have to stop them early, or they will just deathball their way onto the bomb site. You see Norbert just playing anti-flash. As soon as he hears it, he turns back. And this time Fame was playing from the pillar, which is a little easier to have some cover to work with. James arrives just in time. And now ENCE down to a low buy, but they've got smokes out of spawn, and they still want to go knocking on the door of this B-bomb site.
Short smoke and one for the window. Great work from ENCE. Can they get this bomb planted? That's got to be a big goal for them. Fame getting flanked on the right-hand side, but Norbert's here to save. Now it's down to St. Pius. Didn't achieve their goals. What can he get out of this round then? Round 13. A back and forth affair. I think ENCE will be happy with the proceedings so far. Waiting for a flank which may never come. St. Pius, that bomb is firmly committed on that B bomb site. No flank required. James 12 for 4 despite all this carnage. Same for Flick as well, which is even more impressive. Make it 13 through the wall from James.
Jeez. Okay. James has really stepped it up. I think the problem that Virtus.pro had is in the early rounds in this half, he was just not getting involved because of the smoke executes. And now he's finding ways to be in the right positions, rotate over in time. It's been a big difference maker here. And ENCE have to go with almost full Glocks. Got one Deeg in the mix, but it's not pretty.
What is the goal in a round such as this? Really, you're broke, but you're going for the round win. Which is an undesirable situation to be in, but hold on a second. Not only the position, but the weapon as well could be key here. The AK-47 for Madden. Does he trade this one? He's looking the wrong way. The timing is perfect for Kickert. That takes everything away. The Desert Eagle, the rifles are protected for now, but Dihar is creeping. If he can get hold of one of these, if he can find an AWP or something, then who knows? Kicker's very focused on that. Dihar has found the AWP and has lost it. That's a big swing moment for them as Virtus.pro secure the round, which they should have always won, but that one escalated very quickly indeed.
Yeah, Kickert's been playing really safe and passive on that A site so far, often just playing for retake. So it almost looked like they weren't expecting him to make that move back onto the bomb site. They just weren't looking his way. This was such a good timing window initially. Just not prepared for Kickert to decide to sneak in. An important save on the round for Kickert. Last round of the half. Let's see if ENCE can try and find something back. Because VP have taken over here in recent rounds. They've won 4 of the last 5. And this time ENCE go for a default. We've really not seen them spread out like this in any round. They want to go back to the standard default setup and see what they can get from here.
2 players around A is a big indicator. Make it 3 now with Dihar carrying the bomb. James is well positioned, covering Kickert as he's in a more open position. Flick's got connector for the time being. Nertz with a big swing, and he delivers as well. It's got to be frustrating for Kickert. Flick trying to get his gun back out in time, holding down multiple jobs here, but now it's James carrying all of them and the whole family, but for how long? Down he goes, instantly traded. 2v4 for Virtus.pro as Norbert and Fame try to do something. They are the guys who've been in that war of attrition now. Norbert alone, 1v3, 10 for 10. He's got a kit. This is one round where he won't be saving. Moving through to CT. He's got 2 players to deal with. First will be St. Pius. Flashbang is out. He's got 2 pieces of the information. St. Pius is the third by triple with that angle, and that will be enough. 7 rounds for ENCE, but 8 for Virtus.pro at half-time. It is neck and neck as we go towards the break. We are back! Hope you weren't sleeping, certainly aren't now. Virtus.pro lead by 1 as they move to the T side of Virtus.pro, trying to make things work with a new look roster. We'll see how they do in the second half versus the likes of ENCE, NERTZ and St. Pius with the Julies. 7 pistols for the 5 CTs. Let's see how they use them. 2-1-2 setup for ENCE as they boost on the balcony. There's no flash for Snappy though. Always nice to, I'll never stop thinking about that old Cloud9 pistol from like 7 years ago. They'd have a guy on the balcony jiggling, guy by the window with the pop flash to swing out and blast for them Julies, or whatever pistol it is. But here we go. Flitz will deploy the grenades into that B bomb site. Here are the flashes as well as they start to burst out. But NERTZ will be a thorn in the side. He'll be the paper cut. That is oh so painful for this Virtus.pro squad. They are getting blasted by NERTZ, who runs out of bullets with both these pistols. That's impressive. And he's still standing. Virtus.pro have nothing to show for this. Flitz finally gets an entry frag for them, but he may never enter this B bomb site the way things are going. So much work to do, and all those windows will be a curse for him, and he has to go forward because that bomb is about 10 meters in front of him. 45 seconds. St. Pius on the way in from the back. Flashes here as well. Flit will continue to be laser focused on this griefing by the van. St. Pius being careful, disengaging. No need to open up the back completely. Just keep him contained. Make sure you know where he is. 25 seconds. Who's the initial engager? There are so many CTs alive, you can make it a tombola to decide. Nice effort from Flip, but surely his time is numbered. Indeed it is. Dihar to finish off the job. Score is tied again.
I love that boost there for NERTZ into that position. It's a position that you'll see in pistol rounds a lot with those dualies, because in gun rounds, you're normally going to see some utility or some way to deal with this. I think in the pistol, it's so hard to clear it, especially once NERTZ wins those early fights, because you're looking to pounce onto the B site quickly by getting out of the window, but it really just throws that off entirely. Makes it so that VP have to reconsider, have to try and look his way. And just the second timeout taken here by VP. It was very much a game of streaks in that first half. ENCE got off to a really good start in their gun rounds. Then VP brought it back. That does mean we do split the pistols now, though. So ENCE will have a chance to get themselves into the lead here. I'm a little surprised Norbert's bought so much. Maybe he's the MAC-10 man for the future round.
I feel like what he's bought versus the rest of the team and how much money he has versus the rest of the team is fascinating. When it's done by a team like Virtus.pro, it is super, super interesting to see why they think it's worth that level of investment.
Oh,
and we can see, again, it's about the impact. It's about risk management to try and find some impact on the economy of the opponent. They've actually created a window to get a bomb plant here with how many players ENCE have lost. So this may be further than they were expecting. With the utility as well, they could be in a position to potentially win this. This is quite dicey for the remainder of ENCE. They do have helmets, importantly, but this is not an ideal situation for them. James is a bit separate from Norbert, so he's still on the P250. Could have switched out that pistol if there was time. There isn't always, though. St. Pius moving through with the Julies. He doesn't have a primary weapon. NERTZ has been dropped up top as well, and it gets even worse. James is the information man to go down, and up close, Flitz and Norbert will secure the round. A surprise round for Virtus.pro.
I even love how James plays that post plant. He realizes he's the man with just a P250, nothing to work with. He doesn't need to fight the apartments because he's probably just going to lose it and give them an avenue for the retake. But this was just Snappy, just had no idea Norbert was here, and that opened the door to the B site. And then you see James is able to help Flip from this position, from the site itself. Lovely play from VP, but just that one oversight from Snappy seemed to be the difference maker there.
James being the one that dies there as well gives the information to the players who need it, the players with those better weapons. That is quite a shocker for ENCE. That's mentally destabilizing. James looking through the boxes like he's Solid Snake. What a turnaround. That is a huge round at the beginning of the second half. And again, there is an argument that for a T side, it's better to win the second round than the first. Put that loss bonus in the bin, especially if the CT's forced, and then you capitalize on that, send them even further back at the beginning of the second half. That looks likely to happen at present. But there's still some fight in this dog. Snappy saying hello with the Desert Eagle, and they have an M4 in the hands of Dihar as well. 3-on-3 then, as they haven't quite taken this bomb site. Presence will be shown, but Fame's in a position to try and create space somewhere else.
Oh, it's a good response, but now he's been spotted. VP still have to consider their approach here. That smoking connector is so nice as well. That means they're actually comfortable sticking with 2 on B right now. And if VP commit to this, this will be tough to get in.
Biden is doing so much, only with the pistol on the A-bomb site, and he's gone towards ramp for extra info. Another clue for Dihar. They're exiting the bomb site altogether, but I think Dihar may have heard something here as Fame starts to rotate in, gets domed. They know where Kicker is now. 4 seconds, he hasn't got time to plant this bomb. That was the kill they needed. And ENCE will turn things around again. Both teams winning rounds they have no business winning.
Yeah, that is literally like Madden was like a human up against a bear, and they tell you just be big and pretend that you are stronger than you actually are. Because he had nothing on that A site. But the way to scare the Bears of VP away is just pretend you have more, put that smoke down, push into ramp like that. It gets so much info, it scares them away back to B where the strong setup is. What a start to this second half. This has got all the makings of a game that could go the distance right here. And honestly, these are probably 2 teams that will be wanting to win this whole thing. And now Norbert's coming through with some firepower.
Why are you jumping?
Yeah, especially the way he jumped. Like, gave a lot of his head away. Norbert says no.
Great timing from James. Things become more painful for ENCE. But I'm assuming nothing based on what we've seen so far. Nice burst from St. Pius. That'll be enough to deal with Fame. Lacking in a helmet. Same is true of Norbert. Those could be difference makers. 1 minute on the clock. Snappy's alone towards the B bomb site. 2 on A. Martin with the pre-fire. He could find 2 from this. PP getting a bit desperate there, starting to shoot through the smoke, and look what's happened to them. Just about escaping James. Smoke is up as well. Sees James creeping, but he finds the angle through the smoke. Such nervous territory for both squads. 30 seconds on the clock. St. Pius by default, and James has to gamble. They haven't seen Snappy. He was on the B bomb site. How long does he stay in this position, though? Everything's gone quiet. Flit walking through mid. Snappy knows that there's no one to defend B. Moving through the window now. Spots James. That's the bomb as well, but he loses to Flit on short. That gives all position to Virtus.pro. They know St. Pius has to be on that A bomb site. He's up against an AWP. And Flit's got a very strong angle. He may see the barrel of the gun first as well. What is the option here? No kit for St. Pius. Collect the util in the window. But he won't be collecting this round.
Was well managed by VP. Flit and James realize they can go back to B. And most importantly, Flit realizes he can get into the B site to help James in time. Because if it was the bomb alone going into B, that would have been the end of the round. It would have been done. But Flit's there to help, and that means even though James gets spotted, they can get that 1 kill needed. Still got really, really sketchy. But VP back into the lead. And we'll see if they can hold this time, because we've gone back and forth throughout the start of this second half. No consecutive rounds so far. Yeah, that's that headshot. You see just how much was visible from Norbert's perspective. And then Jay was just firing blanks into A ramp until the smoke came up. Then he's able to get the kill through the smoke. That was also really important to allow them to go back to B like that.
Score-wise, still nothing in this game. My God, it feels like the deciding map of a best of 3 at this point.
That's
So at least we can
way.
see that Virtus.pro have got some fight in them, because I think that will be a question coming into a few maps here, as it's still early for them. But I think ENCE is the greatest test they have here. So far, so good in that respect. It's a ropey situation for ENCE then. The jumble sail by from them. That AK-47 will be important. Maden trying to trade. He'll drop Fame, but Norbert's here to get the revenge. 4 on 3, then Norbert's taken damage. That scout could be dangerous. Repositioning towards triple. Not sure if the scope was heard. All events on the A-bomb site. We can see Flick creeping through the underpass at present. I think the remainder of VP will be holding formation until he is ready. Information comes at a big cost when you're walking towards James. Practical. Oh, Flit, that's an important one for him. Likely to secure the round with that frag. 1v4 with the scout. Might be too much to ask from St. Pius. He has his health at least. And the bomb is still committed to this A-bomb site. He's got nowhere to go, unbeknownst to him. He's already surrounded. Flick coming in from the back. And James here with the ruthless 1v1 at close range.
That's more comfortable from VP after some really back and forth rounds. They show us a little bit more solid play. And for ENCE, it's a bit of a shame that Dihar is not performing to the level he was in their opening best of 1. Both Dihar and Flit had fantastic opening games here at this event. Both put up about a 1.6 rating. But Flit has continued with that, and he's meant to be the star of VP, so that makes sense. For ENCE, it was a big overperformance to have Dihar carrying in their opening game for them. But normally, you'd be looking at Nertz as the main man on the rifle, and then St. Pius had a huge step up at Dallas. Remember, this ENCE team, just off the back of that Dallas victory, St. Pius, the MVP there, they'd be hoping to carry that into this event. It's not been that easy. This is awkward. St. Pius is in the smoke, blocking Fame. Fame finally realizes it. And these USPs will be mopped up easily.
The EPL slot from this tournament would be a huge W for Virtus.pro if they could get it. That would certainly give them space to shore up this new look roster as well. So this is a very important opportunity for the squad. They look focused.
I think Dastan tried to call the timeout, but James just said no. I think he's feeling it right now. Feels like he's got a good read.
Let's see how it plays out.
Okay. That'll do nicely.
Nice timing on the U-tilt towards Connector as well. Not too much damage, but he did eat a HE grenade, Nertz, as he made his way for an aggressive play. And indeed, that's a very early opening. ENCE may feel the urgency to respond, especially because they've got no money in the bank. They're broke as pokers if they lose this round. So with an immediate loss, how do you try and take some control in this match? Virtus.pro creeping out quietly. Nertz doing the best he can. He'll keep the numbers close at least. 2v3 in Virtus.pro's favor. Make it 2 on 2. All right then. Now we've got a real round on our hands. That bomb is on the rotation though. Top connector smoked. And Kicker will take position. It's going to be a nervous rotation from Fame to the bomb site though. But there's no one here to challenge. As you can see, it forces his hand to deploy the util, and there's a big clue for Virtus.pro, sorry, for ENCE as to what is happening. Default plant while Kicker holds the angle. Jiggling continues. Molly's towards Connector. Does he join his teammate to play a bait setup? Don't think he can risk it now. Down he goes. Advantage ends, 2v1. No kits on the players who are standing. Perhaps there's one around the site. I guess the 1v1 is looking for Kicker, but doesn't win the duel. 2 standing for ENCE as they move to a 10th round.
Big step up from Maden. And I like that setup from ENCE, just having so many players towards mid, and the fact that Madden just actually sits in connector and waits patiently. That's really cool because he's able to go for the re-aggression a little later and see that VP have gone away from mid. But then VP realize, okay, if Madden's in connector and Snappy's alive, Snappy's the B anchor, so this A site should be clear, but it still puts ENCE in a much better position to have the chance on the retake. Fame was trying to move off the site, having just planted. He wasn't able to. That's an important round back from ENCE. All the makings of a close game right now. Fast move into mid from both teams. It's Nuts able to get away with the opening kill.
St. Pius can't afford to miss those sitters. James has landed practically every flick we've seen, apart from those awkward ones on the B-bomb site to the window, and he must do the same as they are still 2 rounds behind now. Virtus.pro pulling away, but now it's ENCE's turn to get that early advantage. Their turn for a 5-on-4 as VP slow down. James will announce his presence, trying to find a trapped CT in the window. Not going to get there, though. What is the next play then for Virtus.pro? Kiket's still lurking in that Palace position, waiting for his time to strike. Norbert moving away from the underpass as the rest of the team head towards that A bomb site. So what is his role in this one then? Heading towards that 45-second mark, we can see him slipping away from that B bomb site. So there'll be a big focus from all 4 on A. Now as things go quiet, worst case, they may have a 4v3 on this bomb site if they all push in together. Creeping in quietly though, one seen in CT. They identify the setup, but they can't do anything about it just yet. Dihar dropped towards jungle, but Fame still needs to deal with Madden. Norbert will do the job. Things are turning around in for Virtus.pro. 3-on-3, 24 seconds. Nerds, as you wait for a bomb plant attempt here, force off of the box. That smoke will soon be gone. Molly's towards CT. James concerned to the right-hand side, avoiding the flashes as well. 12 seconds to find a bomb plant. Will this angle be covered? James here, only one peek, says the second one, but a bomb has been planted. And everything changes. Nerds with a burst and a second leaves Norbert in the clutch. 1v2, wondering where St. Pius is. Eats a massive flashbang, but he's not dead yet. He's got to find that kill. St. Pius creeping forward. A tag, but can't do the rest of the job. I thought that bomb plant might be the end there for ENCE. But that flurry of kills from Nerds, 3 in the round, proved crucial.
Really impressive to win a round like that against VP, because normally VP is so good when they run the clock down and just doing enough to get that bomb planted, to get into a good post plant. But as you pointed out, Nerds with a huge step up. That's the real difference maker in this round. Able to get the player after he's just planted the bomb. And then that second fight is absolutely everything. And St. Pius making up for some of those earlier misses. He's normally so good on the CT side. He's normally so stable at holding those angles. Good to see him land a shot there to clinch the round and to keep us close. And both teams have very little money in the bank right now. This is a big swing round here in an incredibly close game.
I have a jump throw from that position, which lands faster, I'll have you know.
Come on, Snappy. Take some lessons from Bob.
Aimed at one of those pokey bricks, far lower down on a pillar. Bottom left corner of the pokey grip. Grip, brick. See if you can figure it out at home. 1 minute on the clock. Virtus.pro have cut noise, and no one from ENCE has made an aggressive play to find out where they might be lurking. The utility comes through onto that B bomb site. Snappy's avoided it for the time being. So looking for this CT and delivering the goods. Snappy is dropped. Dihar has some position with that smoke up, but that molly will stop them moving forward. And that gives Virtus.pro the space to plant the bomb. They're looking for their 13th round here. And ENCE are going for an instant save, just as Virtus.pro did in similar situations in the first half.
I think ENCE would have talked about this ahead of this round because they left Snappy pretty isolated on B. They didn't have anyone on short. So I think they said, if Snappy doesn't get anything, we're just going to save. We're going to make that call straight away, especially with the lack of money behind. At least some Pius has a bit of cash. He can fund Snappy's purchase. Give him a little loan that he probably won't get paid back. The VP will take that. You always like to get a round where you only need the one opening kill to secure the round win. And that does put a small question into the back of ENCE's mind, because we haven't seen that B site be hit in all of the recent rounds. It's only been on occasion. I'm thinking surely we don't see Snappy on the AWP, do we? Okay, it is the double AWP, so that's the answer on that B site. He wants the sniper to try and deny if they do go B, but some Pius wanted to get active on mid. Just those nades quite nicely, though.
Snappy will see early presence in the B apartments. There is a fast jump. So the jump he just did, he's holding backwards. He's crouch jumping to go in the barrel quickly, so he's immediately accurate with the AWP. That's a very important frag for St. Pius. Battle sniper mode as Nertz steals the kill from him, top mid. The kind of response that ENCE were looking for. He might be looking for more here. Norma with a sneaky angle, and he will drop D-Hard. And there goes St. Pius as well. All of a sudden, the advantages have been lost. Snappy will hold on to the B bomb site, though. They still haven't seen the bomb itself. That's in B apps at present, while Fame lurks in mid.
Yeah, it still could get awkward for ENCE here. They have to stay a little spread or give up one of the areas of the map. Mid will be open. VP themselves can't really work together that easily, though. And with that bomb in underpass, that could get very uncomfortable. They might have to rely on Fame to open things up first. I don't think Kickout wants to show himself here. So can Fame win this first fight and drag them away from mid? That's the question right now. He has been spotted. Flash from Snappy, he won't go through, but the attention is drawn from Madden. He has to turn back. The bomb is coming, but they're not ready for him. And now there's nothing that VP can do. It's another ENCE round, and it's getting closer and closer here.
There was a defuse kit at the bottom of connector as well. I wondered if Madden would just try and scoop it and accidentally bump into the bomb carrier. Did no such thing, though. Risks you can't really take at this level of Counter-Strike. The tension rising then as the gap is closed once again. Just a one round between the two squads. And Virtus.pro have another ropey buy, but they've done more with less.
Full send.
Into the bomb site they go. Snappy is on an island, but Nertz is trying to rescue him as best he can. Tech9's up close now. The flashes coming over are really going to help Nertz find some space here. Deny a bomb plant. And maybe limit the risk here, limit the variance as we see Flit trying to pirouette in the sky to dodge these bullets, but it's not ballet, it's Counter-Strike, 13 apiece.
Nertz starting to power up as this game goes on. And that round's a perfect example of why you can't just say you went 1 for 1 as the B anchor and say you did a good job. It's about buying time as well. And Snappy survived for a good amount of time at the back of the site. That allowed Nertz to get into position so that he could just mop up all those kills. And Nertz, we heard ENCE is now going to be the main man they look to on this team. Snappy said they were looking for a focal point. They were looking for someone to rely upon. Nertz is that man for them, and he is now top of his team.
Have a look at the util on the right-hand side and the weaponry. One player hadn't bought just yet, but the lack of bomb plant, ENCE denying the bomb plant on B in that round has had significant impact on what Virtus.pro could bring into this one. So they've certainly softened up their opponent as they look to take the lead once again, ENCE. And this is a great test for a champion squad as well, to be able to best the likes of Virtus.pro on Mirage. They're in a reasonable position to do that. Tech9 still dangerous, though. James can be at the back as the support man with the util for the time being. That's exactly what he's doing as well. Seen this on overpass in prior months also. So they are weaker, but they're certainly not weak.
Yeah, James clearly really rates that Tech 9. I think also because it gives him a bit of extra money in the bank in case anything goes wrong. But I'm sure he will be happy to try and pick up an AK after the initial trades in this round. Snappy has been getting busy on this B site in recent rounds. Norbert is decently far up. They do have Nuts on short this time to try and help, and Flip will try and accelerate. Ooh. That is a stunner of a shot.
I think he had a bit of a mouse bug there. The way he went straight to the ceiling. Great punish there from Fame. Madden and St. Pius remain. They're in trouble. The whole squad is. This is a rough time to lose so much money. The smoke goes and so does Fame. But I think he did his job for this round.
That's what you've always got to remember about teams from this region. They just have the explosive players. And you see the way those kills go down. It felt like there was almost nothing ENCE could do in all those fights with how quickly the headshots land.
So when your crosshair goes straight to the ceiling like that, normally it means there's maybe an eyelash or something on your mouse sensor.
Yeah, give it a blow.
I remember Body's mouse broke once at an ECS event in London, and I gave him my dusty-ass mouse. And he used it in a match, and that happened to him. I felt guilty. There we go. So that's normally a bit of dirt on the mouse sensor. Make sure your sensors are clean. 14-13. Virtus.pro just one to the good, but ENCE have mustered a very good buy. The fight will continue. AWPs for both sides. Fame is the one to get dropped. We've got Flip top mid as well, throwing them on St. Pius. Might be hungry for another kill here. I don't think he's done with this position, but he might not be able to see over that smoke. He's looking towards the underpass for the time being. There'll be no challenge there. Virtus.pro a holding position. Jamin Kicker around A. Now, can Virtus.pro force someone to rotate from connector to jungle? That might give Jamin the kill he's looking for, but he's passive for the moment, as Dihar does exactly that.
And ENCE actually have Nuts, who's come in from short to allow St. Pius to stick here. Because Nuts was holding top mid, St. Pius is there. Nuts actually wasn't fully holding top mid. St. Pius didn't get away safely, but at least the Rifler able to trade. And now VP need to find a way in. They need a clean kill here. And maybe they'll get a chance onto Madden. He is solo on the bomb site.
This is an awkward situation for Virtus.pro because they can't really go for this round.
Yeah.
But if they all died, then they could buy up 14-15. So if they fail in the next round, well, let's see what they might actually. Flip's got 3,300, so yeah, it might be okay. Let's see how they do. It's going to be a long wait, though. 28 seconds before we head to 14 apiece. ENCE are still in this one. Both teams fighting tooth and nail in the Group A winners match. $50,000 for first prize. And if you're not ENCE, then a place in Pro League as well. And that is a grand prize for this tournament.
Yeah, you could turn that into a whole lot more if you do well at Pro League. What a time for St. Pius to step up as well, because he has been getting pretty handily beaten by James so far in terms of impact out of these two AWPers. And normally St. Pius has been so stable for ENCE. And here you see, that is normally St. Pius' game, just being really good at holding angles like that. That's what he came up as on Movistar Riders. Good to see him back to that. Here is that buy from VP. It's not bad. Still some weaknesses, but still very much a round that should be competitive.
St. Pius had a great spawn for Window. Had his teammate shoot his AWP over, didn't lose too much time. Nicely done in that respect. Flip will make his way behind the boxes. Now we've got that forward play from it, but that's been heard by Kicker. You could see him using that directional sound. Figure out where these CTs are. Now, how do they respond to this? They're not seen on the ramp. How does that affect their decision-making? Minute 10 on the clock. See if Kicker tries to find an exploit in that respect. We can see him approaching the ramp now. He has an incendiary and a flashbang. Never mind. So he's going to be sent in, it seems, to find an entry. They have to show presence here. They need the threat of going towards this bomb site at the very least. And there's the presence shown. Look how ENCE are gravitating towards A now. They hear that flashbang, and they've almost got 4 players on the A bomb site based on that. That's how important presence is.
Need a big step up from Snappy here. He can't go down for free. He has to try and delay 30 seconds. When do they figure this out? Norbert, the first man in. Tech9 round the corner, and Snappy falls. And now that B site should be wide open. I don't think ENCE can do anything about this.
This is crazy. This is utterly crazy. Big gamble taken on Snappy's position, but the Tech9 was enough. It's been a staple in this half. And it continues to be. The risk is too great for ENCE. They're going to have to play against match point in the next round.
It doesn't feel good, saving in this scenario. But they know it is for the greater good to give them the chance of trying to play for overtime. So much pressure on Snappy's position. And I will say credit to him for even calling for a round like that, where he says, you know what, I am going to be the man to lock down B. I'll try and slow them down. It's not easy to make those calls when you're in such an intense round like this. But the Tech9 flies around the corner. And now we'll see what ENCE can do. Can they bring us to overtime? Or is it Virtus.pro coming through with the 16-14 win? Whatever happens, VP love playing long games. And normally this is where they can grind teams down and just scrape the win at the end of it.
Both teams looking for that early kill again. Seen him in so many rounds. Good progress being made by Virtus.pro in the underpass. Nertz will have to be careful here. There we go, wasn't expecting that one. Can the CTs respond to this? You can see Madden's posted up. Fame knows he'll be a target. Drawing the attention and the ire of ENCE in this mid position, while VP continues to move elsewhere. Bomb heading towards A now. 4 players towards the ramp, perhaps. St. Pius alone on that B bomb site with the AWP. All M4s to defend this bomb site. Dihar, the only man in CT, will be very key indeed. Heading towards that 40-second mark. James will be the grenade man. Top connector smoke, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not mistaken, there it is. Madden will go forward. Mollies are out. Flashes avoided. He still has to deliver the kills though. That's the bomb carrier dropped. Flashbang to create some space now as the bomb's in sandwich. 20 seconds and CT hasn't been dealt with. They've got no angles to plant this bomb. Dihar has to stay alive. They drop the bomb again. 12 seconds on the clock now. And the chances are dwindling. St. Pius is activating with that AWP. James has to plant that bomb, but he'll get a bullet planted in his face instead. And we go to overtime.
Damn, that comes so close, but ENCE able to strike back, and VP, they just didn't get the ground they needed onto the bomb site. They had the utility out, but just never getting the kill that they required, never getting into a comfortable position to get that bomb down. As you said, there was just nowhere to get it planted. And now we get to see the overtime. Who can hold their nerve? Jane looking for a pick. Nothing offered up to him. Snappy playing safe this time. Thought we might see the jump peak. Not yet. Jane really wants this, but the util will deny.
Such a rough grenade to receive in that position. Not surprised it came off the angle there. So painful. No damage done just yet. 496 HP for Virtus.pro. No early loss. That's just about didn't see Fame there. But did Fame see any of Nertz starting to creep in straight into the crosshair of fame. There's the entry Virtus.pro are looking for. That's denial of information in that mid position. 1 minute mark on the clock as there are smokes around connector. That'll draw Diha to try and defend. Snappy in the window as well. Very cheeky play from him, the risk taker. Spot fame, that's such a horrible angle for him. He's gonna get flushed out. He will never make it out of that window in this round. 5 on 3 for Virtus.pro. Surely now they convert. The bomb carrier's alone on the ramp. But Madden's alone on this bomb site. All help has been removed. St. Pius has an AWP though in that short position. Many targets around here as well if he could find them. Madden traded, and that might be the round.
St. Pius not able to find the right angle there. Smoke goes up. They just lost so many players prior to that. Snappy trying to switch up his position in this round, playing in window instead of as that B anchor. But once he gets mollied out, there's nowhere to go for him. St. Pius not even able to save the AWP. Good start for VP into overtime. Very clean round. And when Fame was first brought onto this roster, he was so good at these connector fights in and around this position. It's not always easy to know where to look, but when you get that opening, it really helps.
Time for him to get revenge after eating lead on his CT side. Very tight game on Mirage. Good matchup. ENCE and Virtus.pro. What do you think of what you've seen from Virtus.pro so far on this map?
I think it looks pretty good. The coordination is better than I was expected. And they're even willing to go for the late round plays, even if sometimes they haven't paid off. I think it looks pretty solid right now. ENCE normally pretty good on this map.
Yeah, I thought they'd have good structure, all things considered, for this map specifically. Big grenade into connector. St. Pius moves, no muscles though. Waiting for someone to emerge. Enjoy the angle while you have it. Plenty of time on the clock for Virtus.pro. St. Pius back to his old tricks once again. Now Flit will see the trajectory of that grenade that went towards top mid, and that may give a clue as to the potential setup of ENCE in this mid position. They've been orcs in the underpass before. Maybe that'll play on the back of their minds, Virtus.pro, as that's an aggressive angle for a grenade to be deployed, and as we can see, they're not going to engage in these positions.
I mean, it felt like they were trying to fake some B presence there with that flash into the apartments, but Snappy hasn't moved. He's seen that B is completely clear right now. So I think ENCE will be very well prepared on this A site. And St. Pius committing. This is really risky.
It is, but he's delivered what he needs to. Moving back towards the site. He's got plenty of support as well. A quick scope from St. Pius. The bomb's on the floor. 5 on 3 for ENCE as James tries to make something happen, but he needs to be offered something. He needs someone to peek into his angles. But time is running out, and his hand will be forced one way or another. Shows the elbow, down he goes. KitKat has surely too much to do with 20 seconds on the clock. Commits to the bomb site, though, as the numbers start dwindling for ENCE as well. Flit in a 1 versus 2 with 13 seconds. He needs to find both these players, and they have little reason to show both. But Madden will be enough, and the score is tied once more.
That is so wild from St. Pius. I love it. I thought he was just going to play back with his teammates, but he commits into the open, and he knows that he can jump back to the site like that. I thought he was going to get traded, but knife out, back up onto the site, and then that annoying angle up on the site box itself. That is brilliant from St. Pius. A bold play made in overtime. All tied up again. Couple of AKs now for ENCE to work with as well. VP, a lot of players outside A early. We haven't seen too many fast site plays, and there's no one to defend the A site right now.
Great angle. ENCE, one to the good. Madden blind. It could have been even more. Diha's here to try and defend. The AUG is out. The scope is out. The magnification won't protect him from KitKat, though. 3 on 3. AWP up for both sides. Post-plant situation for Virtus.pro. Surely it's their advantage. St. Pius and Snappy with kits. As they start to move forward. Snappy getting flashed into CT. Kickert is here somewhere, but where? Grenade lands at his feet, down to 14. But Snappy can't connect that last bullet. Will he continue to focus on this corner when that smoke has gone? Surely he looks elsewhere. That bomb's so far ticked as well. Nerds get doped. That might be the round over. Kickert says hello as well, and there's not much for St. Pius to do, really. Trying to pad the stats, maybe. It is the last round after all. We're going to switch sides now. Very little between these squads.
Yeah, I like the switch up from VP. Not too many fast site plays, so they go for it quick into A. And ENCE have consistently been trying to fight for mid with a lot of their players. They don't have anyone on A to defend, so VP just gets so deep into the site. ENCE can't respond in time. Now we'll see what ENCE can do on their T side. Jame, as always, with that AWP early. Ooh, can't fight over the flames. Thought they were going to get extinguished.
Dihar's had quite a quiet game versus everybody else on the server. This would be a great time to turn things up a notch. Flit leading the server at present, 27 kills. Slow pace from ENCE then, but Fame looks like he's almost walking forward. Holding position for now. There's a configuration here for Virtus.pro in that mid position, and it seems that a challenge may be on the way. 3 CTs versus the 2 ENCE players. Snappy's the first one to fall. Madden shortly behind it. It's a great start for Virtus.pro as they look to extend their lead. James spots the arm, avoids the flashback, back for the flick as well. Nasty work from James. No response from ENCE just yet. 1 versus 5 now for St. Pius. To stop Virtus.pro, making it to match point. And he will be denied as well. Full control for Virtus.pro in the first of their CT overtime rounds.
Can see that mythical Jame in overtime. When he has to fight for every round, he pulls off some really nice plays, and that's one of them. Fighting into connector initially, and ENCE just not able to deal with these 2 separate angles. They didn't use the utility there onto the connector player. There was a man on short as well. Great to see Jame getting so activated in that round. And VP 1 away from the win, but St. Pius quick up mid.
Very fast indeed. Cover from Madden on the other side. Holding that short position, spots the jump. Got to respect that patience. But the window is open. Big focus here from ENCE. Split moves to greener pastures over towards this B-bomb site. See if VP head towards short. 3 players on that B area. How are they looking to defend with these positions compromised? There's a meaty grenade into connector. Look at the damage onto St. Pius. That was on his head. VP repositioning once again. Fame focused on CT now, on that crawl space.
This is such a big rotate. I think ENCE are going to run into the stack.
That's all the information they need. Bomb dropped, kicker dropped as well. 4 on 4, but VP know what's up. They've seen the bomb. They knew the plan anyway. Still, it's being planted. Flank towards ramp from Norbert. Will anyone be looking for this? So much focus from all these CTs here already. They may get tunnel vision. They won't. Madden holding the angle. Norbert dealt with, decapitated immediately. Advantage ENCE, but for how long? Flit still standing. Flame drops in CT. That's where they're all coming from now. Flit with another one. James the man with the kit, but there's plenty of kits. 1 for Flit. Finds it on the bomb site. Madden and Dihar, do they have the angles for this now? James posted up on the ramp, blind, but still it's being diffused. Now Flit's being dropped, and that might be the round for ENCE. He's got to get on this, James. He's got to commit to this, but he'll go for the save instead.
I thought ENCE were going to be in trouble with that stack towards the A site. But it's not a problem because the CTs can't really get onto defending the site itself. They're all just sitting in CT. So ENCE able to get that bomb planted. And once you deal with the flank, that makes the round so much easier. You're no longer concerned about multiple angles. They're all just coming in from CT for the most part. That's the kill from Madden. That really makes a big difference. And Flit was trying so hard here with these headshots. But too far gone in that one. Fights could come into mid early. Some Pius up top. Molly forces him wide. Meanwhile, Jane holding under. He hits his shot, and Some Pius also falling. Madden finally brings one back, but this is still a tough round for ENCE to recover from.
Maybe on his last legs, Madden with 6 HP. 3 versus 4, doable, but boy, is it rough. Nerds, look at the space he's taking. He understands the urgency. He's got to be a distraction at the very least, but the whole team is here. Norbert's posting up on that short position. When that smoke has gone, there'll be more problems. But where are Virtus.pro? Haven't seen anybody in jungle. They've missed all these jiggles on the site. Nerds now could find 2 if he's lucky. There's the first one. A transfer from Nerds makes everything. 1v2. He has to stay alive. 1 minute remaining. He's got the bomb in his hands as well, but that smoke will soon be gone in connector. Then all the choke points will be open. If he runs, he'll be heard by Norbert, unbeknownst to him. So whatever he chooses to do, it's going to have to be slow. If he goes to B, it may be a death sentence. But now Norbert's moving towards connector, and Nerds goes back towards A. Sees no one in T-spawn. 25 seconds. Gamble has to be taken. Do you plant with jungle exposed? Do you plant with CT exposed? Makes the right play in that respect. Plant's been heard by Norbert. Molotov is here. And that's the end of the round and the end of the game. Virtus.pro defeat ENCE in the A group to take the victory. That's a big win for that squad.
Big win coming through. Big performance from Flit. And honestly, it started out a little slow for them in that first half, but credit to them for recovering so well and looking way more put together than we expected. And you've got to remember, ENCE are just coming off of a win at Dallas. That is a nice win.